Going with it. Hey everyone! Thanks for joining us for what are we calling this? We're calling this cocktail. No, we're calling this happy hour with Ed and Lyn. Question and answer from our kitchen, live in Pennsylvania. Thanks for joining us.
It's cold.
Everyone, hear us. Everything. Yes, people are commenting, so I think things are working okay. Anyway, I'm going to start making a drink, and you can read things, or you can make your own drink. But I'm going to make a drink
I was
first.
going to make a drink. Does everybody have their drinks
Yeah,
ready?
get your drinks.
Alcoholic, non-alcoholic, hot, cold. I'm doing hot this time.
Okay, well, what I'm doing is a bourbon smash. I don't know if you know what a bourbon smash is. There's a whole bunch of different ways to make it, but I'm going to make it the way I want to. And I like berry bourbon smashes, so that's what I'm going with. So I'm going to make a drink while people are kind of tuning in here.
I'm making this. I've been staring at these. These are beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, these things. These are pretty cool. These are party favors from Baby Love Diaper Cakes. They make all kinds of cool things like this, and I specialize in diaper cakes themselves, right? Those
But all kinds of party favors.
like you give when you go to a baby shower, right? They make a cake out of diaper. Anyway, check it out. Pretty
But
cool
all
place.
kinds of stuff,
Yep.
which is really cool. So I am going to make this. It's not keto, but I'm going to add rum to it.
Okay, well, what I'm doing is I am adding all kinds of berries. I got blackberries, I got blueberries, I got raspberries, and cherry. I'm going to put cherry in this. Cherry makes it. This Luxardo, best cherries.
What are you guys drinking?
Let me look. We should look and make sure that we can actually see people and they hear us and all that, right?
I'm sure they can.
Well, I can't read that. So you have glasses or?
Yes, I'm old. Oh, a nice cold beer. Good, Jason. Markers 46 on the rock. David Mann is having a Captain Crunch. He's got his tequila fizz.
Okay, well, obviously this needs bourbon, but this is the last of my Buffalo Trace, which I'm not
Eric said dry January. So what's your non-alcoholic, Eric, then?
Yeah, it's not January anymore.
Anyway, that's right.
It's
February.
It's really hard to get Buffalo Trace around here. I have no idea why, so I'm not going to use that up. I'm going to use this Old Elk, which is also very good.
This is sealed really nice. I'm gonna.
So Eric is probably laughing right now because I'm measuring, because he knows that I'd really just pour this into a glass if I wasn't. If people weren't watching me, I'd be like chugging this, right?
Yes, it's very good.
And the final ingredient is what do you call this? Simple syrup. And my cousin Kristen makes these for us. They're like specialty simple syrups. This one's lavender vanilla.
It's Jay Fisher wants to know who runs out of Buffalo Trace.
Here in Pennsylvania, it's hard to get. I don't know why it's hard to get. It's not even that it's that expensive, but it is very good. You can't get it. You have to get in line and put an order in at Pennsylvania state stores to get this.
Yeah.
Okay. So you got all that in there, and I'm going to muddle it.
Shoot, I mean.
Oh. Well, thanks for joining us. Though this is Wednesday night, which is this is our date night. Kind of traditionally, Lyn and I get together, the two of us, for date night on Wednesday, and Saturday is kind of friend party night. But so you're here on our date night.
Well, this is really nice because it's got like real chocolate.
Yeah. I don't know. That's not my type of drink. This is my type of drink. So.
I have some rum from Gun K from the Bahamas, so that's going in here. I don't measure. Those that know me know I do not measure. I guesstimate.
Oh, well, let's read some comments while we're doing this.
That's really good with one.
I had to change my glasses.
William's got iced Dunkin' Donut coffee.
That's not alcoholic.
That's okay. You forgot the beer. It's downstairs.
Old fashioned. That's good. Yeah.
What are you calling your drink, Ed?
It's a bourbon smash,
Oh,
berry flavored. But you can do it with anything. A lot of people do it with orange. They go more citrusy or mint. basically anything you want to mix with bourbon, a little bit of simple syrup, and your fruit of choice. I guess is how you say.
Yeah. Well, Grant, yes, this is a bigger galley than we have on the boat. Thank you. Ed did the cabinets himself. He made them himself. Yep.
Well, now that that's all shaken, it just gets poured in a glass over rocks.
Just put my hot water. Looks good. You don't put the fruit in it, Ed?
No, because it gets all like little seeds and bits, and so I like to strain it.
Now we're not taking the scooters out tonight. They are in Titusville, Florida, and we are in Pennsylvania. So it's kind of weird not being close to our boat, but we're getting a lot of housework done, which is cool.
Yeah, that's about the only thing I like about not having the boat here is over the last 5 years, we kind of neglect the things we should be doing at the house. But now that we don't have a boat to hang out on, we're here at the house
Getting
more
stuff
often
done.
and taking care of things. Plus, we get to hang out at some of our old haunts. Like we like to go to New Hope, Newtown. So I have a skewer here somewhere. There it is.
Eric said, Dana, it's February. Bullets, rocks.
Did he just realize it's February?
Did you, Eric? Eric was on the trip. Eric and Dana were on the trip with us last season. We did the Bahamas and had all that fun. It was fun.
Here, let me pull this over just a little bit so I can kind of see it.
But yeah. How's your drink?
It's excellent.
How's your drink? Good.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Let's see here.
What's our plans for this season?
Oh wow. I'm going to answer the simpler question first because somebody asked how many hours are on our engines and how long it might be before they need to be redone. I think we got about 3,600, 3,700 hours right now. I hear all the time they're good till 5,000 easy. I also hear you can't kill them. They'll start blowing smoke or something, but you just can't kill these damn engines. So that's a decent ways to go. I hopefully by the time they go, maybe there'll be some good electric engines for us to replace them with.
Woo,
That's our hope. But
although we do have an oil leak we're containing.
Yeah. The guys that if you watch the video where we paid all that money to have a boot fixed in when we were in
Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah. And after they left, there was an oil leak on the turbocharger.
There was a lot of little things.
Yeah, we haven't solved that yet, but I think it's just a gasket. So
hopefully.
Okay. Anyway, the question was our plans.
Yes.
Okay. Well, our plans. This is, what Lynn likes to say that boat plans are written in sand at low tide.
That is correct.
These plans are written in sand at low tide. We're planning to leave Titusville, head down to Fort Pierce, and shoot across the West End like we did last year. And then we're going to try to go do the Abacos, which was what we attempted last year before the weather changed our minds. Head from the Abacos, go over, stop in Nassau, maybe pick up some friends, hop over to Eleuthera, then head down the Exumas, the outer side of the Exumas, down to Georgetown, U-turn it, come back the inside, like the Stanley Key route, Shroud Key, all that, head to Nassau, jump to Chubb Key, go to Fort Lauderdale, then head to the Keys. From the Keys, we're hoping to head over, this time go up the Gulf Coast of Florida, head over to Sarasota area, Tampa Bay, St. Pete, Siesta, Punta Gorda, head across to Okeechobee.
We've never done that before, so that should be interesting.
Go back up to Titusville. So it's a lot of places we have not been before. We're really excited about it. So hopefully everything goes as planned.
So Robert Cook is thinking about selling everything and buying a Sea Ray and just going for it. Ed wanted to sell everything, but I wouldn't let him because I love this house.
Yeah.
So
yeah, she won't let me sell this house. I don't know if I would anyway, but she'll never let it. We built this house ourselves.
Seriously.
22 years ago, I think we built this house.
Right.
Which, as you can tell, if you look at the kitchen cabinets, they're not quite straight.
Them.
I built these out of a chunk of wood I bought because I couldn't afford kitchen cabinets back then. But anyway, yeah. So we're kind of here, and the family's here, and the kids here. And Lynn's like the matriarch anyway, at least up here. She does. Me old. Yeah, because she does Thanksgiving and birthdays and Easter and Christmas and all that stuff.
I love doing that too.
So
eventually,
I would sell the house. And no, I don't think I get a bigger boat. Maybe, I don't know. I like my boat.
No, because then it's harder to get slips.
Yeah.
But Ken May is having a Long Island iced tea.
Cool.
One of my favorite.
Yeah.
Ed calls me a 3 Long Island iced tea girl.
Yeah.
3 and I'm done.
Yeah. It's because 1 and she's 2, she's really fun. 3, she's sleeping in the back of the car. So it's like
I don't sleep in the back of
the
car.
Actually this is when you were younger. You're a professional now. So
yeah.
Back when we were dating, you couldn't give her more than 2 Long Island iced teas.
We do watch people that get hung over, and I said that was today, and I was like, oh, we don't get hung over. Maybe we're just more being safe drinkers or something. This tastes really good with rum.
Oh no! Well, no, just lots of comments. Sorry, I'm just sorry. I hate to read and turn my head on the camera.
Rude.
I know. This is like looking at your phone when you're in a restaurant on a date, and So, cheers from Michigan. Hey, grabbers and nippers. That's the voter, right? Been seeing your posts lately. Let's see here. Don't say. We're not going to sell the house. So.
I'm not going to sell the house. I just we have like a nice property here that you could walk out naked in the backyard and you don't see your neighbors. And to me, that's priceless. We grew up in a small town, both of us in Levittown, and your neighbor was right next door. So this is, I got used to it.
Yeah, we're secluded up here. We're kind of used to the quiet.
Although the first time we were on the Carver, and I didn't realize how close those boats were, and there was like a Hatteras next to us, and we were on the Carver. And I went to the galley to get coffee in the morning. And then I noticed these 2 guys
not
were
dressed.
these 2 guys were sitting on the bow just looking at our thing. And I'm like, I got to play this cool. I meant to do this.
Well, let's see here.
But yeah, that was with the Carver, which I love the Carver. And Jess has the Carver now, and she's having a lot of fun with it. And it's really good to see her and her family enjoy it.
Well, Loma, are you in Titusville? Oh yeah, very close by. Well, we'll be back in Titusville 3rd week of April. So
for sure,
look us up then.
We're trying to get there in March, just for quickie.
So what's our must-have drinks on the boat? Okay, well, Lynn has to have wine, lots of wine, red wine, dry,
because you're not supposed to have red on a boat.
No.
But and glass, and it has to be out of a glass.
I need to have bourbon and rum usually, but more bourbon than rum. And we both like martinis, so there's always vodka on the boat.
Well, the martini thing started when you first started to learn how to pilot a boat, and that's a long story. I'm sure he's told it, but after we got into port, after banging into some stuff, I went straight for the martini. So ever since then, when we get into port, we always have a martini.
Almost always, yeah.
It's like tradition now.
Okay, let's see here. Any more questions? I have my the Bartesian, really. I was looking at those. I don't know if they make the drinks that we'd want. I have to look into it more.
What's a Bartesian?
Like an automatic drink maker, right?
Oh, we did see that. Actually, your secretary showed you that.
How much was diesel recently? Well, we haven't gone anywhere on the boat since, I guess it was July, because we had to come back early and go to a wedding.
Mm-hmm.
So the boat's been sitting. We were paying in the upper 5s, lower 6s, and I hear it hasn't changed a whole lot since then. I think now they're maybe in the lower $5. Which is it's a shame because gasoline came right back down, but diesel's hanging up there. So hopefully this year.
On that note, when we were traveling last year, I was really surprised. Diesel was more expensive in like Fort Lauderdale than it was in the Bahamas.
Yeah. Well, the odd thing now is that usually when we travel by boat, diesel is cheaper than gas. When you're on the water, it's usually about $1 cheaper. So if you're paying $3.25 for diesel, you're paying $4.25 for gas. Yeah. That reversed itself this year. Now you're paying more for diesel. But on the upside of that, we now keep our boat in Florida. We're not bringing it back to Philadelphia every year. And that's about 1,200 miles back and forth. So, 2,400 miles, I get 0.75 miles per gallon. So, I mean, we're, over, 3,000 gallons or three.
SV Booker said it's 7.50 in the Bahamas. And you said you're there, right?
It's $7 there now?
$7.50 now. That's more than it was.
In Marsh Harbor, I think you said.
Yeah.
Because I was just reading somewhere, I don't know, one of the Facebook Bahama cruisers or Abacos cruisers, and they were saying it was in the low fives. So I guess maybe it depends where you're at, but man, I hate to pay $7.50. But like I was saying earlier, we don't have to go back and forth to Philly anymore. So we save.
Save a ton.
Yeah, we're
going to save a ton.
Yeah, we're saving 3,000 gallons.
We can buy things.
No. Yeah, new anchor. Yeah, we can buy a new anchor.
Yeah, we are looking at a new anchor.
No, we're definitely getting a new anchor. Yeah. And new anchor, we need new photo equipment. We our Osmo Pocket died, and our Osmo, our Action DJI died. Action died.
And then towards our drive down to Florida in our car, where we didn't really lock it.
One of our Olympic, or not Olympics. What do we use? We use Panasonic Lumixes. One of them disappeared. So all of a sudden now we got to go out and buy a bunch more equipment. That's okay, but the newer equipment's better than the older equipment, so I'll probably like it better anyway.
So hit that tip jar.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
Become a Patreon.
Oh God. So Robert Cook wants to know diesel engines versus gasoline. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, diesel, definitely. You get better mileage, and they're less dangerous. They're not going to,
explode, or you're not going to get the carbon monoxide.
Yeah, there's no carbon monoxide.
If you hear about people that had their generators on, gasoline.
To me, they're noisy. They're kind of a pain in the ass, and they tend to burn more. But yeah, I mean, safety-wise and fuel economy-wise, you have to go diesel, especially with a bigger boat. You could not run my boat on gasoline. It would have to be diesel.
Mantis.
Who's asking about the anchor type?
Booger again. He's on it. Hawaii.
Do we fire?
Aloha.
No, we know as far as firing up the engine. Someone had just asked. I'm sorry, I missed who it was, but yeah, we fire up the engines, or we haven't. I guess we haven't been there in a month and a half. But when we got back in July, then we went back in September, then we went back in November. So the last time we fired the engines was we were early December, right? It was the last
right, but we got
so it's been about a month and a half. So
we have a stupid weird thing with our fuel line that we still haven't figured out, and we got to figure it out.
Well, it's not easy for me to have somebody else start the engines. It's because you need to know how to tweak a couple of different things. So, but we're hoping to get back there in March. We're not sure if we will yet. So, worst case scenario, it might be like 2 months before we start the engines.
Yeah.
If not, I'm going to bug my buddy Scott, who maybe he's on here now. I haven't noticed yet.
Hey, they're leaving soon.
I'm going to bug him to start my engines before he leaves and heads down to Marathon.
Yeah, he's going to the Keys.
Okay, so when you pay $5.29 in Jersey, that's okay.
That's not bad. I would like that. Oh yeah, his license. What a thing. He studied that the entire trip and back. He was in his book studying for his license. And that was
what, the captain's license?
The captain's license. You were studying it.
Yeah, it was cool. I'm glad I got it. I mean, it took a little effort. I mean, it was surprisingly difficult. But just a lot of memorization. The math's easy, but yeah, it took me about 5 weeks. I think I studied like 5 days a week for like 3 hours a day. So it wasn't the end of the world, but and that's the hardest part is having the on the water experience, because they went. Was it 360 days on the water, and that's not easy to get if you're just a guy who goes out on the weekends occasionally,
So the red wine and the banana thing, okay, it's different than the banana thing. And one of our friends, Mark and Joe, got a brand new boat, and I was having red wine on their boat, and all over the place. So yeah, red wine on a boat, it stains stuff. But they were able to get it out, I think.
Well, she doesn't drink anything different anyway.
Yeah.
For your first 2 drinks in Hopetown. Oh, Eric's just bought us drinks in Hopetown. Now, You've got to meet us in Hopetown, though. You have to take that boat from Texas. You got to bring it over from Houston.
Eric and Dana have a Hatteras. So.
No, well, their boats over in Houston. They're the people great people who almost died with us a few times in the Bahamas last year.
We totally planned that for that. We wanted to give them the true trying not to sink experience. It was all fake.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Tower of Terror of boating.
It was totally fake.
But thank you, Eric.
Did you shave any money on your insurance because of your captain's license?
I don't know. Well, see, I don't know yet because it renews next month, and I just got the bill, which is pretty good. It's about the same as it was last year. And I have a good friend of mine who does insurance, Frank. I don't know if Santiago is on here or not, but he does insurance down in Florida, and he's looking into maybe seeing if he can get me some other quotes. So I don't know yet. But I'll let everyone know once I find out.
So this TH. I guess that's what it is, wants to know what are the upcoming projects. Well, I have one. We bought the one toilet for the mid stateroom, which works fantastic. So we got another one for our stateroom. And then I think these things are alive because then our toilet in our stateroom started working fantastic. Yeah. And now I have it next to my vanity, the new toilet.
Yeah, the head in our stateroom it always was acting up. It was always a pain in the neck.
50-50.
So of course I go out and I spend $1,700 on a new Raritan, and I'm all ready to put it in, and no, the damn thing just starts working, and it works perfectly fine.
As soon as we brought the new toilet, what's that new toilet we got?
It's the Raritan Elegance,
and we put it in the stateroom, and then that thing.
Yeah,
that's alive.
It's a bench now. It could be for her makeup chair.
I don't want it as a bench,
It's gonna go in eventually. I just keep waiting for somebody to break this toilet again, or for another one to go. So right now I have an extra 10.
No, it's getting the hell out. Yeah.
But anyway, I do recommend it. We do like that Raritan Elegance. I think it's what it's called that we put in. It works great.
St. Albert, woohoo! And Eric said deal.
Yep.
Gunslinger. The truth. Hey.
With a different type. I don't know.
What don't you know?
No, somebody's looking about an anchor, but I don't know anything about the small ones. So, although I know Eric really likes the Mantis ones for the tenders, and we'll probably have to do that too, upgrade because we can't have like a cool anchor on the front of the boat, but not a cool anchor for the tender. That's just not representing, right? So. We're debating right now whether or not we should get the stainless steel version of the anchor. And right now we're leaning real heavily. We're going to get the Mantis, I'm sure of it. But it's like $2,000 more to make it shiny and pretty. And
I like shiny.
Yeah, and so she likes shiny and pretty. And I kind of figure, well, it's kind of like the focal point of the yacht, right? Like it should look nice. Front. So anyway, I know how this is going to go. She's going to win, and I'm going to end up buying the shiny, pretty anchor that works.
That or the Ultra, and I like that too, yes, and that's more. So, see, we're saving money.
Well, the Ultra is actually less money.
Wait, even with the
No. Well, Mantis has been kind enough to sponsor us, so they're going to give us a deal on an anchor. And that's not why we're choosing it. It was way up there in the top running too. She liked the Ultra. I liked the Mantis. Like the Ultra. We were going back and forth, and then there was the what was the other one we really liked? The Vulcan.
Ragna,
yeah. But anyway, I like the Mantis. She liked this. We talked to both of them, and Mantis, a great company, and they're going to cut us a deal. They're not giving it to us, but they're giving us a good deal. So we're definitely going to go with their product, and we hear nothing but good things anyway.
So William Conway said, I hear that the old owner left you a bunch of spare parts. Oh my God, in the weirdest places.
Yeah. If only I found half of them before I, realized.
There was that one pump we had to get, and we figured the pump was going to be like $2,000 or something.
Yeah, it was the main air conditioning pump, and when I went to look it up from whoever it was, Galley made, it was like $2,000. I'm like, oh no, they're jacking this up. I eventually find it for like $1,400 somewhere else, and then I find that I can just replace the motor and not the pump mechanism itself, and I found that for $1,000. And then just for the hell of it, I went roaming around the boat and I found a crate buried in the back of some place and in it was a brand new Oberdorf pump.
Can you believe that?
Yeah. So this happened time and time again. Like when we knocked our anchor, I mean our prop, when we killed the prop in a shaft coming out of Little River in South Carolina, and I pull it into port and I look under the bed and there I got the shaft and I've got the propeller and we're up and running in within a day.
Yeah.
So yeah, the old guy, he found just scores of
And
things.
what was the thing in the bow that was like screwed into the ceiling? What was that? Like you were working on the generator and you were like bent.
Oh no.
Boat yoga. And he looked up top and what you're doing?
One of our alternators went. And I had it rebuilt, which was fine. And then I put it back on. And no sooner, of course, the next day, I'm climbing underneath in the generator room. And I look strapped to the ceiling behind this thing was a spare alternator, just strapped there to the ceiling in perfectly good condition. So anyway, it doesn't matter because now I know I have a spare. But yeah, they're all over the place. We still find things on this boat. They're just buried in little nooks and crannies. So. Yeah. All right, let me read again.
Rockna
Yeah, there you go. But they don't want to talk at all. It's like
that is correct for happy wife, shiny.
I'm just like there's so much debate about the good anchors, and it always comes down to the Rockna, the Ultra, or the Mantis, and I'm like, well, let me call all three or contact all three and see if anyone wants to, we'll rate it for you. We'll test it. We'll test it. We'll run into an island, right, Eric? We'll see if it works.
But the Mantis, they asked for us to give an honest review.
Yeah. Well, that's the cool thing.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
like we could say, hey,
they didn't ask for any favors. So if I say it sucks, it sucks. You'll know when I put it on the boat. I doubt that's going to happen. But they weren't looking to see something ahead of time. They believe in their product, and they said, here, take it. We'll give you a discount because we know you're going to show it on your video, and just give an honest review. And I'm like, that's cool. That sold me right there. If you're like, gonna.
Like we didn't have to fluff it.
Yeah.
Which is one thing that I find annoying about some videos. I don't know if you guys do. You already if you already got to watch the pop-up commercials, but then they do the commercials on their YouTube.
Oh.
Like, hey, this cocoa here. It's just like what? That annoys me. But that's just me.
Okay, so they're paying about $8 a gallon in Wales right now. Okay, so we're beating that.
Holy
at least.
Crap.
Yeah.
Wales?
Yeah. But
where Glenn's from?
Yeah, my best friend's from Wales. No, why don't? Yeah, it's a country. It's a big country. I'm sure they're probably you probably don't know Glenn Evans, right? Actually, there's probably 1,000
Glenn Evans there. But we actually have the Welsh flag.
Yeah.
I should rip that out.
Right, here's from Hamilton, Ontario. That's cool. Okay.
Ontario.
Yes. It is so cool reading comments from people.
Well, we're all in the same boat trying to figure this out.
How much did my boat cost in 1979? That's interesting because I actually know.
You did look it up.
No, I had the receipts.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. The boat itself was in the low 800,000s back then, but they put the hard top on, which was like $100,000 add-on back in 1979.
I love that.
Yeah, it is a great add-on, windshield wipers, all that stuff. So it was around 950,000 then. Obviously, they don't make the boat now, but the closest you can come to it was they were making a Hatteras 60. I'm a Hatteras 58. The Hatteras 60s sell for $3 million. Well, I don't think they're selling now because I think Hatteras is not making them right now.
No, they're not. They're making small boats.
Okay, but as of 2 years ago, you could get a Hatteras 60 for $3 million, and I don't know about adding hard tops and all that. So yeah, the replacement value of my boat I consider about $3 million. Back then in 1979, it cost somewhere in the mid 900,000s. Which, but back then this boat was considered a super yacht. Back then, now it's okay, but I mean, now you got these 150, 250 foot boats. Back then, a really rich guy would get this boat.
Dr. DeVos.
Yeah. Our boat. I'll real briefly. I'll tell you the story. Our boat was commissioned by a guy named Dr. DeVos, and what he did was he invented a device that would take catamarans out of
cataracts.
Yeah. I can I'm a boater. Would take cataracts out of people's eyes. It was called the roto extractor. So I don't know all about it, but it's some kind of a device that does this. And he made a fortune doing it. and or making this device and selling it.
He made a fortune doing it.
So then he went and he bought this yacht. So that was the first owner of this yacht. And he spared no expense and did the hard top and did all these cool things. And we're lucky. We're the beneficiaries and currently the stewards of this boat because
you were only the steward.
Yeah, we played to pass it along to the next family, couple, person, at least in as good a shape as we got it in. Yeah, hopefully better shape than we got it in. Hopefully all green now. Hey, who knows?
And then after that was Lawrence.
Okay, yeah. Then it was owned by Lawrence, and it was briefly owned by a charity. I think Dr. DeVos gave it to a charity when he died. I don't know.
Yeah, it's to a charity in Florida for kids to learn how to work on boats, and I thought that was pretty cool. I don't know the name of the charity. Maybe you guys do, but it sounded like a pretty cool idea.
Oh, and that's a write-off, by the way.
Yeah, Will Conway. I mean, I agree too. I really like the look of the old classic boats. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know there's lots of good things like about the new boats too, but I like a classic flush deck boat. It just, I don't know. We fell in love with the Hatteras, and that's why I mean, I wouldn't buy a new one now. Not that they're probably great boats. I'm sure they are.
They're too expensive.
Yeah. They are. Yeah. First of all, I can't afford a $3 million boat. Unless you let me sell the house.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't afford a $3 million boat. But what I could afford to do if I had to was repower my boat. Maybe spend $150,000 repowering it, get a new $100,000 paint job, replace all electronics. I mean, you put $300,000 into our boat, and it is brand new. And
it's pretty solid. I mean, damn, it hit
coral reef wall. We hit an island, and I think the island is still feeling the pain more than we are because we just scratched some paint off of the damn thing.
Oh, and we knocked out the sea top too.
Sea chest, yeah.
Sea chest.
Yep. All right, let's see here. Who's commenting?
So yeah.
Hey, Doug Rosati.
Hey, Doug.
That's funny. I'm putting a video together now, Doug. Our next video coming out is going to be our favorite places to visit on the East Coast. And the reason we're putting this video is because obviously we're not traveling anymore. We cut our season short. So I don't have any more travel videos. So I'm fluffing this up.
No, we're not. But we're giving information.
Well, people have been asking for these type of videos for a long time, like about the vacation home thing or the our favorite places to go. So we're going to kind of take the opportunity to answer these type of questions through video. So anyway, Doug, I was putting a video together today. One of our favorite places to go, of course, is Beaufort. And last time we were in Beaufort with Doug, and he gave us a tour around the town. And so anyway, so I was actually watching videos of you earlier today, captaining your Boston Whaler right outside of Beaufort.
I am actually rereading your books because I'm missing boating right now really bad. I was just telling Misha that. I was like, Misha's our neighbor.
William, I was surprised. He's asking about when I found out it was 65 foot long because we bought the boat. It's a 58 Hatteras. We thought, it's 58 foot. Yeah. So one of the second stop, I think.
Cocoa.
Was it Cocoa? Yeah, it was Cocoa.
We went into Cocoa Village. Yeah. And we just got the boat.
Yeah, no, because so we told him, it's a 58 foot. And he goes, okay, we'll put you in a 60 foot slip. And we got into the 50 foot slip, and we're hanging off of it.
It was a bunch of old people, older than us, and they were like, I don't know what the hell kind of boat they said they sold you, but this is not 58 feet. And I'm like, it is. I have all the documents. And
it was hanging off the end of the. So after they left, I got a measuring tape and I measured the damn thing, and I felt, they're right. It's 65 feet long. So I guess it's the water line, or you take off the pulpit, take off the swim platform. But so when I'm bragging about my boat, it's 65 foot. When I'm renting a slip, it's a 58 foot Hatteras. You do the math. I don't know. We'll see you this summer, Doug. Definitely.
Yeah.
We're gonna stop. When we head down. We're planning to stop in the New Bern area when we drive down to Florida this year. We won't have the boat back up, but we'll be driving through.
Yeah. You hungry?
Oh, yeah, what'd you make?
It's just a little charcuterie board, just a little something.
Mhm.
These are those Martin crackers. They're all seeds.
This is salmon?
Yes.
Yeah. It's good.
Is it good? Because I was worried because the guy I asked for the usual salmon I get and they didn't have it. So I was like, ew.
Okay, so where was I?
Oh, you're salmon. Oh no, you got a little cracker.
No, how long does it take to get from the top of the Exumas to Georgetown? But see, that's not an easy question because we stop at every bar. But I mean, it's not that far. I mean,
not that time. We ran through because we were running away from a storm.
I mean, that's at best, in my memory, I'm thinking that's about 150 miles. So I mean, we can do that, 2 days if we wanted to. But usually, what we do is we start out up at the top and hit about 4 or 5 spots on the way down, and then we end up in Georgetown. So, and this year, I'm sure we're going to take even more time. That's a nice thing about being in Titusville now, is that we got a head start because we don't have to come down from Philly, and then we don't have to get back, so we have save a couple of weeks as well, so that we can spend more time relaxing in the Bahamas instead of trying to get from place to place to place and experience what we can.
Spend a longer time in each
Yeah, so I think we're gonna take it a lot easier now that we don't have to get any place quickly.
Because I think that's one of my big complaints is like we go to one port and then we get there and go to dinner and then we're leaving the next day. I would like to chillax and spend more time now.
Okay, so you bought your boat from Deal, Maryland a few years ago. Okay, 46 Chris Crab. At Wilson Yachts, yeah, your friends. yeah, Tubacustron. That's where they keep their boat at Deal. We've been down there a few times visiting them, staying on their boat, or we've been over to Shipwright down the street, down the water. And we also stayed at Harrington Harbor South. We stayed before, which is Harrington Harbor North.
They're both beautiful. They're both beautiful.
But we've been down there quite a bit.
It won't be that way again, though.
Do you think a 32-foot carver can do the Bahamas? Well, it definitely can, because I mean, hell, I cross over the Gulf Stream and there'll be center consoles riding right past me. I mean, so yeah, you can get to the Bahamas on a 22-foot center console. It's how comfortable are you going to be if you're going to spend time there? So like we had a Carver 355, and that was a 2-cabin, aft cabin, and we would have taken that there. It's just if you want to spend a month there, you're going to need a bedroom or two. You want friends to visit. You need space.
They do have 2 bedrooms. Okay?
Yeah, he's talking about a different boat. I'm not all that familiar with that boat. I'm just saying, yes, you can definitely do it. Now, having said that, you have to watch the weather much more closely than we do. Well, not just that, even crossing the Providence Channel over to Nassau or something. You have to pay a lot more attention to the weather. We have to pay attention to the weather as well. But if you're in a boat that's half the size of ours, those waves are twice as big. So, yeah, you can do it.
Because you're riding the surface of the water more, so you'll feel it more.
So we don't see a lot of boats that size when we get deep into the Bahamas, when we're in the Exumas. But when we're in Bimini, you see them all the time because it's just a jump over and you can jump back. And, a boat like that, you can do it in a couple of hours. So it's a day trip or weekend trip.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, let's see. Chad's at Marathon. Sticker the piling at the fuel dock. We looked everywhere. Did we put a sticker at the piling at the fuel dock?
I probably did. Why?
Oh. No, somebody's looking for it. They didn't see it.
I probably did.
Well, you know where you'll find it. You got to go to that bar that they name differently every year.
The Sunset Grill Bar. You know where it is on the other side.
Yeah, but it has some kind of a name that everyone knows. Well, whatever. It's where they all the crab traps and all that.
All the fishermen go. You know, he knows where.
Okay. Well, anyway, you'll find our sticker there.
Yeah. Maybe a couple. It depends on.
You'll probably find some of the blood stains from my knees over there too.
That's when he fell off the scooter. By the way, I won that.
Oh yeah, somebody's just saying, Ken May saying he has a friend who does it on his jet ski. Yeah, I've seen jet skis.
Oh, I know. There. I think that's insane. I am not that crazy. I think I'm crazy, but not that crazy.
No. But, but if you pick the right weather, I mean, I've crossed the Gulf Stream where it's been like glass, and I've crossed it where it's been a bitch. So, you wait for the right weather, wait for, south winds.
We did when we crossed with all of our friends.
That wasn't the best weather. That was okay weather.
Yeah, but everybody was on the floor.
Yeah, because it wasn't the best weather.
We waited 4 days to cross, and it was taking too long to get better. So we told them, hey, we know we can do it. How do you guys feel? And they were like, yeah. But all of them were on the floor.
So Dan's asking if we plan to go to the west coast of Florida. And I mentioned earlier, you probably tuned in late. That is part of our plans this year. If everything works out right, after we do the Bahamas and swing up to the Keys, we're going to go down the west coast, probably as far north as maybe Tampa, St. Pete, and then come back and then cross over the Okeechobee back to the East Coast and then head up the ICW back to Titusville.
So does that mean we're going to Captain Jack's? Is that marina, Jack's Marina? I think it is.
I don't know.
I think so.
But anyway, we'll be there, so check it out. But follow us on the Facebook page. If anyone wants to know what we do in real time, go to Facebook. Or go to our Patreon. Facebook is better yet.
Well, we have two different Facebook. One is for our Patreons because it's a lot easier for me in time moment to upload stuff to that than it is doing what you have to do for YouTube, which is I got to get the ULR code, for the Patreon. So I post on both.
It's a pain in the neck to post there, so we don't. So what we do is we give to our Patreons, we give them a link and they can go and sign up for we have this other Facebook channel we have that's just for Patreons. Anyway, what the hell was I talking about that? Because if you want to know what we're doing in real time, even our regular Facebook page, go to that because we post there like daily or at least.
Like we do.
So if you don't want to, because if you watch our videos, I mean, we're still in the Bahamas. I mean, we're all no, not anymore. But I'm exaggerating. But our videos are always weeks, maybe months behind sometimes. But when we post on Facebook, so if my point was that when we're going to the West Coast, we will be posting in real time. So if you happen to be on the West Coast and you want to get together, have some drinks,
absolutely,
hop on the boat, let us know. We're always looking to meet new people. And,
he's got good bourbon on the boat, and I got wine, and we got all kinds of beer too. We even got that. We still got Eric's beer left. Is that beer?
Yeah. I get Eric's pretend beer. It's I tried giving it away, but
no, he didn't. He's saving it for you.
12 days to Phillies spring training. What? Do we need 12 days? I thought are you waiting for the Eagles to play in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, we just went to. Yeah, that was fun.
Any winter or transient slips available in Titusville? Honestly, I don't think so. I mean, I don't know for sure, but we just kind of got lucky.
There's a waiting list there.
Yeah, there is. So I don't know whether there would be or not.
Transient slips, yes.
Well, not if we're not there, but no, we are there then. So you might find a transient slip. I doubt you're going to get a full-time slip, but you never know. Try. It's a great place. We like it.
I absolutely do. Love Titusville. It's
Eagles are on a rampage. You guys are going to the Super Bowl. Yes, we are. Not that I'm a big fan. Honestly, I played football when I was young and all that, but for some reason I don't really watch sports as an adult. In fact, the first football game we watched all year was the championship game
the other day.
We had a blast. I enjoy it.
I
just never seem to find time to dedicate myself to knowing what's really going on. So I'm a bad Eagles fan. Yes, and Ken May, smash that like a button. Yeah, okay, you're right, Ken. They should be smashing the like button here.
Thanks, guys.
Okay. But anyway, we are going to have to wrap this up because I think I mentioned right at the onset, this is date night to us, and she's one drink in. So that was a reference to the Long Island iced tea. 1, 2, okay. Never mind. It's date night, and we're going to go out to dinner. So we're going to head out someplace. I don't know where yet, but we're definitely going to go out to dinner. And thank you, everyone, for joining us. As always, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for supporting us, and just thanks for making this fun for us.
Yeah, thank you. And Rick.
Who's that? Nashville?
Yeah.
New Patreon.
And our oldest Patreons are Changes in Attitude and William Dom.
Yep.
And our first mate is Russell Cabin.
Yeah, no, Russell Cabin. You got to contact us sometime. I know he's been around.
Yeah, we got to go out on the boat together, dude.
So.
And we also like to thank John Tortman, Dave Patman, Eric Siebert, Conchi Joe, Nancy Curtis, Ken May, David Kuttner, and my salty lady, Nisha.
She's naming all our recent Patreons. So.
And Dean.
Cool.
Well, thank you guys.
Thank you for watching. Let's. Cool. Thanks for joining us. I don't know what else to say. Please, we'll have a video out in about a week, I think.
Yeah.
We'll see.
What is that video going to be about?
Our favorite places, our favorite ports on the East Coast.
Cool.
And somebody did mention, do we ever get to New England area? And I forgot to address that earlier.
Yes.
Yeah, but we haven't in this boat. We've done it in our
I wanted to.
Martha's Vineyards, Port Jefferson. That's not really New
England. The Mystic, we went in.
Mystic, yeah, Mystic, Newport. Okay, yeah, we do love that. One of these days we're going to get back to New England, but it's not going to be anytime soon. So, anyway, cheers. Let me find the button that makes everybody go away. Otherwise, you'll be.
Don't go away. Stay with us. Comment. Let's keep talking, guys.
You'll be looking at my empty kitchen for the next 4 hours while we go out to dinner. Cheers.
Love you guys.